Hello, good morning. I am Professor Dr. Shrikant. I was Professor and Head, Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, Institute of Medical Sciences, Varanasi, BHU. Presently working as a Senior Consultant, Ophthalmology at Apex Super Specialty and Postgraduate Institute, Varanasi. Today we are celebrating World Diabetic Day, that is 14th November of every year, that is 14th November 2025, which is being commemorated the birthday of Sir Frederick Banting, who co-discovered insulin along with Charles Best, which has changed the scenario as far as the management of diabetic retinopathy is concerned or diabetes per se is concerned. The theme of this year, World Diabetic Day 2025, is Diabetes and Well-being. The color code of this is blue and logo of Diabetes Awareness Program is blue circle. Now just to highlight the incidence of diabetes, about 600 million people were suffering with diabetes in 2021, which may rise to 850 million in 2018-2050. India is the diabetic capital of the world. Every fifth diabetic is an Indian. Kerala is having the largest incidence of diabetes in India, and Hyderabad is the diabetic capital of the diabetic capital city of India. One person is dying every 10 seconds. 2 new cases are identifying for every 10 seconds. Diabetes is coming as an epidemic, is an emergency, because in every 24 hours, 3,600 new cases are registered. 580 people die because of the diabetes. 120 progress to end-stage renal disorders. 55 people become blind due to diabetic retinopathy. Just to highlight it, that nearly every hour, more than 2 patients of diabetes become blind. So this is the seriousness or extremely difficult situation as far as the tackling diabetes. Thus, the World Diabetic Day is to create an awareness about it so that one can have a strict control of diabetes, lifestyles, and take proper regular checkup, treatment accordingly if laser, or medications if required, or intravitreal injection if required. The types of diabetes, broadly speaking, it's a 2 types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is a younger age onset diabetes, which is insulin dependent diabetes. Type 2 is a older age diabetes, which is non-insulin dependent diabetes. Diabetic retinopathy is more related to the duration of diabetes. It's not the uncontrolled or control. Undoubtedly, glycemic controls helps in delaying the process of diabetic retinopathy, but duration is more important. Diabetes, previously the classification was a complicated, which is now summarized in a very simplified ways. Broadly speaking, it is in non-proliferative, background diabetic retinopathy, proliferative diabetic retinopathy, and maculopathy. To evaluate a case of diabetic retinopathy, the various examination techniques are there. Just to summarize are the binocular indirect ophthalmoscope, which give stereoscopic view, fundus photographs to keep the records, and fluorescein angiography, which gives you hemodynamic status of diabetic retinopathy. A newer technology like optical coherence tomography has come, which is a non-invasive histopathology of eye, and it helps in a better treatment of diabetic retinopathy. Further advancement has come, which is OCT angio, which give a non-invasive vascular status of the eye, retina also. And last but not the least, ultrasound B mode, wherein the media is hazy due to vitreous hemorrhage or cataract. You just to know the status of the retina, whether retina is detached or not, or vitreous hemorrhage, whether it is a solidified or liquefied, which will help in a surgical treatment like vitrectomy, advanced vitrectomy procedures. Now we come to the treatment modules. Undoubtedly, a perfect control of diabetes is very important. So the diabetes should be very well controlled. It should be controlled taken by taking the blood sugar fasting and PP, and 6 monthly or 3rd monthly a glycosylated hemoglobin, which gives an idea about glycemic control for last 3 months, is important to be taken. If some diabetic retinopathy has occurred, then the treatment is in the form of laser photocoagulation, which is broadly speaking is by green laser 532 or Nd:YAG double frequency lasers, and it can be either in the nature of a focal grid is now no more being practiced, or pan-retinal photocoagulation is the ideal choice for treating these patients. If vitreous hemorrhage has occurred which is not resolved by the treatment, one can try either a visible laser photocoagulation, or wherever you can see the retina, you do the photocoagulation where the vitreous hemorrhage is there, let it get resolved, and then once the vitreous hemorrhage is resolved, then you can do the laser photocoagulation. Or otherwise you can plan advanced vitrectomies, which is a high-tech procedures where we remove the non-absorbable vitreous hemorrhage, do the endolaser photocoagulation, and thus we settle thus we arrest the progression of diabetic retinopathy. Now the newer techniques have come which are of great help as far as managing the diabetic retinopathies are intravitreal anti-VEGF. They are in the form of bevacizumab, ranibizumab, aflibercept, and recently has come faricimab. These injections help in resolving the vitreous hemorrhage, macular edema, which was difficult to treat otherwise, and they are of great help or a great tool along with diabetic advanced vitrectomies procedures to manage these cases of non-resolving vitreous hemorrhage and non-resolving diabetic macular edema. Now the newer technologies which are coming to our rescues are nanoparticulate drug deliveries, where instead of injections the drugs are made nanoparticulates which can be given, and thus we can avoid the umpteen number of injections. Newer drugs which are there in the pipelines are anti-angiogenics, insulin pump which will cause the 24-hour control diabetes, blood sugar, and pancreas transplantation which is in an experimental stage. With these comments, the carry home message of World Diabetic Day is that, as I mentioned, the theme is diabetes and well-being. The carry home message is, first you get yourself checked up to diagnose is a diabetes mellitus, then get your regular checkup done, controlled diet, proper investigations and evaluations, and accordingly if required the laser photocoagulation, intravitreal injection or advanced vitrectomies, so these cases which otherwise can land up to blindness can be avoided, and those persons who become blinded become national liabilities can become an asset to the country and contributing a lot to this. With this theme, I hereby wish all of the people, all of the colleagues, that you must celebrate this World Diabetic Day 14 November 2025 to commemorate the diabetic mellitus and its prevention. Thank you very much.